Hi, my name's Kenny, former CIT student, one of Mr. Izello's first students. CIT was a big important part of my life. Learned a trade. He pushed me really hard. I was able to get a job after high school, worked there for 10 years, and was able to learn enough and stick with it and become a mason contractor myself. And I'm pretty successful now, and I'm looking back, I owe a lot of that to Mr. Izello and the CIT Masonry program. Without that, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. So thank you, work hard, and stick with Masonry.
Being in the Masonry program, it taught me a lot. It taught me how to work hard, how to get up every day and go into work and put in a solid 8-hour day and to be respectful. Things like wipe your feet when you walk in the door, like good everyday, good human being characteristics he taught me being in the Masonry program. So I didn't just learn how to lay brick and how to lay block and to do concrete and I didn't learn, just that stuff. I learned how to read a tape measure. I learned how to divide fractions. I learned how to read a blueprint. Mr. I, he makes sure that he does everything he can to teach you however you need to be taught so you can learn. And he understands that not everybody is good at just sitting inside the classroom and doing paperwork or doing book work. Some guys, they have to actually go out and into the shop and they have to do it hands-on. That's how they learn, is they learn by doing it. And honestly, that's how I learned. That's how I learned everything I've done, is by doing it, by going out into the field, by doing it with my hands. Being in the Masonry program, it taught me how to go out and to be a hard-working person and to show myself to these big-time contractors and these companies that someone graduating from CIT, from the Masonry program, they can go out and they can go in the real world and they can be successful. The skills you learn in the Masonry program, you can use in all kinds of different trades. Using a tape measure, a carpentry, you cut 2x4s, as long as you can read a tape measure and use a saw and know how to use a drill or a nail gun, you can pretty much do carpentry, at least the basics, like if you have to take a door out and enclose a wall. Being in the Masonry program, I benefited so much. Being at CIT in general, I benefited so much. I've learned so much from being there. I took away so much from what the staff and what Mr. Izello was able to teach me, and everything that they did for me. I took it and I went out and I became a very successful person in the construction field. I own my own house now, and I didn't start out like that. The first year, I wasn't a very good kid. I was a little sarcastic, a little arrogant, but he was patient. He worked with me. He seen that I had potential, and he took that skill and he ran with it. And by the end of the 3 years I was there, I was in the Skills USA competition. I took second place. I graduated from school. I graduated from Easton High School. I graduated from CIT. I was able to graduate with a few grants. I went out and I took the cash that I got. I bought tools. Some were tool grants, so I bought tools with that anyway. And those tools helped me go out into the field and to be successful. That was enough to get me started. Most places require you have your own tools. So I was able to do that, being that I put the effort in. They seen I put the effort in, and I was able to make it all work. And now today, I'm living a very happy life, and I thank Brian Izello and the staff at CIT for pretty much all of that, because if it wasn't for me going there and meeting Brian Izello, I don't know what would happen. So thank you guys very much, and I hope everyone has a good rest of your day.